Hey everyone, my name is Gamer Corey and welcome back to another Red Dead Online video. Now in this video, I'm going to be going over what I believe to be the ultimate money-making guide for Red Dead Online as we know it right now. Now, if you guys are watching this later basically into the future, then I do apologize. This might be a little bit outdated because it's focused on the current 4 roles. So if there's more roles added, this guide might be changed, and I'll definitely go ahead and update it at that point in time. But I do get asked a lot of questions every single day, and I have a lot of comments basically regarding how have I made so much money and how have I made so much gold here in Red Dead Online. Now, the first thing that I actually do want to go ahead and touch on real quick is the fact that I have been playing since day 1. So that is a factor into it. The other thing is I've already gone over a gold opportunity and guide, so I'm gonna do my best to link that down in the description and also put a card up above for you guys so that you guys can check out that video. It's basically the 8 best ways in order to make gold here in Red Dead Online, and I'm not really going to be touching any more on the gold portion of it because I want to be able to touch on how I was able to make so much money. Now, since the update, I've actually made almost $100,000 in money. Now, I've spent a lot of money on clothing and horses and upgrades and other things like that, but that's not what this video is necessarily going to be about. I just wanted to let you guys know that there are a lot of ways to make money, and it has taken a lot of time to actually get into it, but now is the best time, especially if you're a new player, to actually start with this. Now, there are some prerequisites and requirements that are required to actually participate in this money-making guide, and I'm going to get those out of the way right now. So the first one is the fact that you actually need to have 3 of the 4 roles, and specifically we're going to be looking at the Moonshiner role, the Trader role, and also the Collector role. Now, the first 2, the Moonshiner and also the Trader role, you do have to be at least a rank 10 and have a couple items. And the Collector role, you have to be at least a rank 5 and have a couple items as well. So let's go ahead and break these down, and then we're going to get into the guide itself. Now, the reason why we actually need to have a rank 10 in each of the Moonshiner and also the Trader roles is with the Moonshiner, we need to have the access to purchase the Polish Copper upgrade, or the Polish Copper still, for the Moonshine. Now, I don't remember exactly how much this was, and it doesn't tell me because I was able to get this completely for free because I linked my Rockstar Social Club account together with my Twitch account, and I was able to get that for free. So I don't remember the exact price. So if you guys happen to remember, then please leave a comment down below. I believe it was around $8.25, something like that. Now, the other requirement that is going to be needed in order to make money in today's guide is a rank 10, and you're going to want to have access to the large delivery wagon, which you also have to purchase the medium delivery wagon prior to purchasing the large. So that's basically over $1,000 right there that you're going to have to go ahead and purchase in order to even participate in this guide. So you can start with a beginner guide, and I'm going to eventually come out with one like for that, but this is the ultimate money-making guide. This is assuming that you guys already have some of these things. Now, at this point, you're going to be able to sell 100 goods, which will give you the most bang for your buck, so to speak, and the most amount of profit as possible. Now, the last requirement is the Collector role. Now, this one only actually has to be a rank 5 because you need to have access to the metal detector, which is a retail of $700, and you also want to make sure that you have the shovel, which is at $350. So between the Trader and also the Collector role, you're looking at over a $2,000 investment just to participate in this guide. So I just want to get that completely out of the way so that you guys are well aware of it. Now, there is going to be some collecting. There's going to be obviously some hunting involved because you're focusing on the Trader, and there's going to be some delivery and production of moonshine. So when you first log in to Red Dead Online, the first thing that you're actually going to want to do is head on over to your Moonshine role or Moonshine Business. So let's go ahead and do that now. Now that we've actually arrived here at our Moonshine Shack, basically you're looking for one of 2 things to be happening. Well, or possibly a third one, is you're going to come to your Moonshine Business opportunity, and you're going to see that we actually have the opportunity to go ahead and sell our Wild Creek Moonshine. Now this is going to net us a maximum of $247.50. So if we actually open this up, let's go ahead and take a look at this. And you can see we have 20 bottles able to be sold, and if we actually select on it, you can see that we can sell to Edwin Martel for a total of $247.50. So basically, you either want this as an option, start your sell mission, or you want your production to be done or started already or somewhere in between, or you want to be able to start it. Now, unfortunately, I can't really show you guys what that's like, so we're going to have to do this delivery real quick, but this is okay because this is part of the money-making guide, so this is fantastic start. Well, all right, we were able to sell our moonshine to Van Horn, and as you guys saw, I was able to get my full amount for it. So we were able to make sure that all of our bottles arrived intact, which is absolutely amazing. So otherwise, if you guys need to basically start from scratch, what you would have to do now is go back to the Moonshine Business, and I'm actually going to explain a few things about why you're going to want to do this first. Back at the Moonshiner Business, and now I want to be able to explain a few things to you guys in basically what you want to do to prepare for your adventures with the Ultimate Money Making Guide. So the reason that we're starting this first is because the Moonshine still is a completely passive business. So you have an option of doing weak, average, or strong, and if you actually have the further enough upgrade and in levels, then you can actually go from 60 minutes down to 48 minutes, and I can't remember exactly what level that is. We'd have to double check. And then your mesh price is actually dropped from $60 to $50. Now, there are ways to decrease that if you want to with the Money Making Guide. You definitely can. Basically, what you do is you just turn around, exit out of this, go upstairs, talk to Maggie, do a bootlegger mission, come back, and it's roughly going to be about $10 cheaper. Now, every time that you do that, it's going to get a little bit cheaper, and it does last for a couple hours. Now, this entire guide will take you anywhere between 2.5 and 3 hours every single day in order to complete, but you're going to get a ton of money. As you guys just saw, we already made $250, and the rough profit, because I didn't do the mesh price, was $200. So let's go ahead and make another strong moonshine batch right off the bat, and then what we want to do is either go after the special ingredient moonshine for the flavoring or the next best thing. So the best one was obviously going to be like the Wild Creek, which is going to require a creek plum flower, the Caribbean rum one. There's also the Argarita Sunrise is also an option, or anything else that's valued at the $226.87. So I'm going to go ahead and pick just the special one because we're going to make the most amount of money. And as you saw, we already made $250, $200 profit. So let's go ahead and start this next one. And if once by the time this guide is done in the next 48 minutes, we'll have an opportunity to sell it again. So in a total, you should be able to sell your Moonshine Business 2 or 3 times, depending on how long it actually takes you. Now, another quick thing that I really just want to go over here real quick is it is really important, in my opinion, that you actually have your Moonshine Business and your camp as close as possible. As you guys can see, that I usually keep my camp somewhere in the Heartlands, so anywhere around Emerald Station is going to be good, just because it does move around from time to time. As it can get all the way over to like Horseshoe Overlook, which is over in this general area, which is a little too far for me, because the closer that we can get these two together, the less running around that we actually have to do when it comes time to basically bouncing back and forth between these two. So on the way down here from the Moonshiner Business, what you want to be looking for is anything that you guys can hunt. Now, I do realize that right now the animals are a little bit lack and not really present all that much, but if you guys can find anything, it can be geese, it can be ducks, it can be honestly anything. It can be a 3-star buck, preferably a 3-star buck, because you're going to make the most amount of materials off of it. But as you can see right now in the session that I'm currently in, it is pretty much glitched out a little bit, which means that we have to do a little bit further extensive with hunting. Now, I was doing some hunting before, and I actually just sold my business, which I'm actually going to show you guys that's what we're going to be doing to sell, because you guys really don't need to see me hunting, and you really don't need to see me basically grinding this out, but I'm going to go ahead and explain a few things to you guys. So ultimately what we're going to do is we're going to get off our horse, and we're actually going to go to our business, which does require the butcher's table, obviously, which comes with the purchase of the trader role. But you can see that our production is halted. Now we basically have two options that we can do here. We can either order the supplies, which is going to cut $20 into our profit, which is not what I recommend. I recommend that you actually do a resupply mission, and that's going to save you the $20. Resupply missions, I definitely recommend that you guys go ahead and loot these, because you guys can find collectibles, which will definitely add into the possibility of earning an extra a few bucks. Now, the reason that I actually don't necessarily do this during the Moonshiner role is because you get attacked a lot, and the bottles are quite weak in comparison to the trader role. And by weak, I mean that they can break relatively easy, and you don't want that to happen, because if you are doing a Moonshiner delivery and one of your bottles happens to break, it actually can cause a significant profit difference by just having one bottle break, and we don't want that to actually happen. But here we're getting gold tooth, we're getting a few other things. Obviously the 9 cents is not what we're looking for. Specifically what we're looking for is the collectible. But let's go ahead and deliver this back to the camp so that we can earn our resupplies and also some materials for free. And now that we actually completed our mission, we actually had 20 units added, so that's pretty amazing. And now we have a plentiful materials, and our production is operational. Now, the one thing that I will say about ordering the supplies is it does take a while to actually receive them, and you didn't really see the entire mission, but it literally took me less than 5 minutes in total gameplay time in order to get that. Plus, we saved the $20 and get 20 materials for free. Now, at this point in time, we're just going to let the business be operational. Now, I do recommend that you guys get your materials up as high as you possibly can. The best animals to go after are obviously like anything that's 3 stars going to be the best. You will get that additional bonus if it's a perfect carcass. And that's exactly what you want for your trader business. So whenever you feel that you are at a point in time where you can actually go ahead and leave and make sure that you can actually stay away from the trading business for a while, that's when you're going to want to go ahead and start the next portion. Now, for this next portion of this guide, I'm not going to show you guys everything because we're basically going to be doing collecting. Now, you have one of 2 different methods that you can choose from right now, and you have to decide at this point in time which one you're going to do. One's definitely going to take longer, which is going to be pushing it towards that 3-hour mark by having to collect those, because you're going to be focusing on the lost jewelry sets, which there's a total of 4 of them. Or you can actually go after the coins, which is just 1 set, and you're going to make the most amount of money. By collecting the 4 sets, you're going to be looking at about $1,300, $1,400 in total by those. But if you go after just the coins, you're going to make $540. The lost jewelry will take you about an hour and a half to 2 hours, probably closer to that 2-hour mark because there's 4 different sets, maybe longer depending on how you actually go and bounce around to the next portion of this cycle. But if you do the coins, it will take you an hour from now. Whenever you get to this point, it will take you an hour, and it doesn't matter which one you start with. I always recommend that you start down in Tumbleweed and then make your way around the entire map. Now, if you're wondering where all the collector cycles are, you don't have to worry about that. I have them available on my channel, and I actually give you guys an update of what the cycles are every single day. Now, these are some of the things that you're going to be looking for, and the only way that you have access to this, and this is why you need to have the metal detector and also the field shovel, is because so you can actually see these. If you get an alert that your moonshine is now complete, then you're going to want to stop whatever you're doing and then go and do that cell mission. And then as soon as you get done with that cell mission, you're going to want to go back to your Moonshine business and then do another strong option and then wait another hour. Now, if something comes up with the trader role at this point, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to head on over to your camp and then do whatever it is asking. If you need to do a resupply mission, I mean, you could order the supplies if you want to, but then you're missing out on the free materials, which means that you actually have to hunt longer, which means that you're taking more time away from making a lot of money, because the biggest money-making opportunity right now is still the collector. Now, if you were focusing on doing the lost jewelry at this portion of the video, of the guide, then at this point, you could probably get away with almost selling 2 full camps if you do focus on them. Otherwise, if you're going to focus on the coins, then you're only going to do it one time. So I'm just going to break down the numbers with you guys at this point so you guys kind of know how much money you guys are looking at. If you start the session with a Moonshine Business, you should actually have 3 opportunities to go ahead and sell it. Now that's $250 roughly dollars per time. Now, there is a $50 cost to do it, so you're going to have to take that out. But you can do it 3 times, which means that it's $750, but minus the $150 fee to basically for the mesh, unless you do the bootlegger missions, your profit is actually going to be $600. Now, if you add the coins on top of it and do just the coin selection, that's going to take you about an hour. And you're actually going to be doing that after you already initiated the Moonshine Business. In an hour, you're going to make now a pure profit of $1,140, so $1,140. Now at the end of this, your trader rule is going to be able to be complete, which means that at that point, you're either going to be able to choose if you want to do a local delivery and make $500, or if you want to do a distant delivery and make $600. It's $625. It's completely up to you. If you're looking at speed, I would recommend just doing the 500, which means that your total profit is going to be about $1,640 in about 2 hours worth of time. Because it's the nice thing about the Moonshine Business is the fact that you are actually completely away and you can just completely forget it until it tells you that it's going to be sold. The only time that you have to babysit it is when you have to start the business and then when you have to sell your business. The trader is the next most important one because it does require you to do a little bit of babysitting. It does require you to do hunting. It requires you to do resupply missions during that entire process. So it's going to take you away from doing the coins. Now, what you want to do is whenever the opportunity to sell the Moonshiner, like I was selling before, sell it. And then basically you'd be finishing up with whenever either you finish the coins or whenever you finish the lost jewelry or whenever the trader rule is complete. It's whatever is last. So you want to make sure that you at least sell 1 delivery of the trader. And if you haven't finished the coins or the lost jewelry at that point, then you're going to want to go ahead and finish it. And at that point, you're done with the money making guide. But unfortunately, nowhere in today's episode would you have made any gold. So that's the unfortunate thing, unless it happens to be a part of a daily challenge. So that is unfortunate. But if you guys did find this guide helpful in any way, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it. And you guys, stay gaming.